Welcome to the very first episode of Launch Masters, the podcast built for service members and veterans who are ready to lead their next mission in business. Whether you're still serving or already navigating civilian life, we're here to equip you with proven strategies, practical tools, and real conversations to help you launch strong and lead with purpose. Now, before we get going, this episode is brought to you by Small Biz Sidekick, the helping hand every small business needs. As a veteran-owned business, they specialize in supporting fellow veteran entrepreneurs with admin support, launch strategy, and everything in between. Because building your dream shouldn't be a solo mission. I am your host, Tiffany Roman. I am an Army veteran currently serving on active duty, a single mom of 2 boys, and a business owner. This show is for every service member who's ever asked themselves, what comes next? If you ever felt lost after transition, or if you've thought about starting a business but had no clue where to begin, or if you're just tired of starting over, you're in the right place. In this first mini-series, we're breaking down what it really looks like to build a business while still serving. And today's episode is all about why transition hits so damn hard and how entrepreneurship might just be your secret weapon to making it out whole. Let's be real, okay? Transitioning to civilian life can feel like a real sucker punch sometimes. You go from structure, routine, and purpose to insurance plans, job boards, and people who just don't understand you. And if you're like me, maybe you opted to stay connected to the military via DoD civilian jobs, just to keep that sense of belonging. Because being around other veterans, that just felt like home. But here's the thing, right? Transitioning isn't just about leaving the uniform behind. It's about finding out who you are without it and figuring out what mission you want to lead next. So how did I get here? Let me give you some backstory, okay? During the pandemic, I had to quit my government civilian job. Not so much because I had to, but because I really was left with no other choice. Suddenly, I found myself back in that familiar place of feeling lost professionally. Thankfully, I didn't have to stay there very long because I decided to launch a live show, Small Biz Highlights. After interviewing small biz owners who were fighting to survive the shutdowns, the crazy thing is I only intended it to be a way to help my local friends, and suddenly I was interviewing businesses from all over the US and even other countries. I mean, it grew to even becoming a digital TV show on Roku. But even through all of that, I could never shake this feeling that I could be doing more. I just didn't have the first clue of what more would be. It wasn't until deployment in 2023 that I finally figured it out. I didn't want to highlight business owners. I wanted to help create them. All right, before we move on to the next segment, let's take a quick break to talk about something I'm really passionate about. Did you know women have served in every major conflict since the birth of this nation? But it wasn't even legal for us to serve as permanent members of the military until 1948. We've always shown up. Now it's time we're seen. The Female Veteran Empowerment Initiative is here to change the narrative, to make space for our stories, to shift that assumption from wife, sister, supporter to veteran. I wear my FVEI gear. I will be wearing it in every episode because it's not just apparel. It's a statement. It's me. Hi, I'm the vet. It's me. Join the movement at Women Are Vets Too and grab your gear at squadlife.com. Let's make it known. Women serve, women lead, and women are veterans too. All right. Now, let's talk about some of the biggest misconceptions about starting a business that we often carry with us during transition. The kind that slow us down before we even start moving. Okay, misconception number 1. I need to have it all figured out before I start. This is a dangerous one. I mean, especially for high performers like us, right? We're trained to be prepared, plan, and execute. So the idea of launching something without a full-blown strategy feels wrong. But honestly, you build clarity by taking action. No one really starts with a full picture. You'll have the chance to refine your idea, your brand, your offer, but you can't improve something you haven't started. Think about it like this. You didn't show up to your first unit knowing everything. You learned by doing. Starting a business works the same way. Now, misconception number 2. There are already too many people doing what I want to do. Yes. Oh, yes. The old market saturated myth. Let's get this straight. Yes, there may be a lot of people doing something similar, but they are not you. No one has your voice, your lived experience, your background, your mission, things like your service, your leadership style, your approach to solving problems. Those are your unique advantages. Look at Apple, Dell, HP, all started in garages, all make computers. Yet they each found their own lane. Why? Well, because it's not so much about what you do, it's about how you do it. Okay. Misconception number 3. I need money to start. Okay. This is a popular one. And yes, capital helps, but money isn't always the first step. Some of the best businesses started with free tools and borrowed grit. There's so many out there. You've got Canva for design, Google Docs for planning, Calendly for booking, Stripe or Square to get paid, Score for free mentoring. Man, you don't necessarily need $50,000 to start. You just need $0 and a decision. And the truth is, most veteran businesses don't tend to start flashy. They kind of start scrappy, if you will, and scrappy wins. All right, we've gone through 3 big misconceptions. So what is the bottom line? The bottom line is you don't need perfection, permission, or a pile of money to begin. You need courage, clarity, and a commitment to take that first step. All right. Now, I told you before that you need clarity, right? I'm going to go into some tools, tasks, if you will, that you can start today. Even if you're still serving, still unsure, maybe you're still doubting yourself. I'm not about throwing theory at you. I'm giving you real things that you can do, things that have helped me and others move from thinking about it to building it. Okay. So, number 1, write out your why and visualize your future. Okay. Hear me out. Grab a notebook. Yes. Yes, I know it can be done electronically. Got it. But for this, please trust me. Grab a notebook and a pen or pencil. Okay. We're going to be taking time to write out your why on the first few pages. For those that don't know what I mean by your why is what keeps you moving when things get hard. And I am not going to lie to you. They will get hard. Think of it as your why is your internal compass. When you feel lost, overwhelmed, or distracted by what everyone else is doing, your why brings you back to center. Okay. So while you're writing your why, try to ask yourself questions like, why do you want to start a business? What's driving you? What's your motivation? Okay. All right. Once we've got your why figured out, you've written it out, you are loving how it sounds, you are happy with it, right? Now we'll go on to the next step. Okay. Flip the page. On the next couple pages of your notebook, I want you to write to describe your typical day. But here's the catch. You're not doing your typical day present day. You're going to do it from the point of view of your future self, the version of you that has already made all your dreams come true. You are going to want to be as descriptive and detailed as possible while writing this out. Where are you working? What kind of life have you built? Who are you helping? Where are you living? How much money are you making? Are you married? Have any kids? Boys, girls? I'm telling you, detail, detail, detail. Most importantly, you're going to need a moment to write, how do you feel? This is going to take some time. I realize that. So please take that time to write this out for you. It's important. I promise this isn't just a feel good fluff exercise. All right. When this is done, when you've written down your why and painted a vision of your future, this is going to give your brain a target, something to work toward when motivation fades. So it's going to be a huge tool in your toolbox for you to hold on to. Okay. Now we're done writing our typical day, and there's just one final piece to this. Okay. I want you to take those pages where you wrote down your why and you wrote down your typical day, and I want you to read them to yourself out loud every morning when you wake up and every evening before you go to bed. That way, you start and end your day with the reminder of your why and the future that you are working towards. Trust me, it is a game changer. Okay? All right. Number 2, we're sticking with the notebook. We're going to flip to the next page because we're going to brain dump your military skills and passions. Okay? Because maybe you want to start a business, but you're not really sure what you'd like to do exactly. Well, take the next sheet of paper in your notebook and create 2 columns. Okay? 2. On the one side, we're going to start writing down things that you're passionate about. What lights you up? What do you lose track of time doing? Or what's something you've always wanted to try? Okay? On the other side, we're going to start listing the hard and soft skills that the military taught you. Things like leadership, logistics, communication, crisis response, problem solving under pressure. All of that counts. Okay? Once you've got everything written down, we're going to start connecting the dots. You're going to want to go to the next page and write this question at the top of that page. You ready? What problems can I solve with these skills and passions? I want you to write down what those answers are so that you can reflect on them later. You'll want to take the time to reflect on them because somewhere in those responses is where your business idea lives. Gold, I'm telling you, it's going to blow your mind. I know it sounds tedious. I know it sounds simple, but I promise you these steps are huge. And I've got one last big one that I really need you to hone in on. You ready? Get free mentorship. You don't have to figure it out all alone. Of course, you have me and my future guests here at Launch Masters to help you out. Gore offers free mentoring with experienced business professionals that are either closely related or in the same industry that you are interested in. You can meet them in person or virtually, which is awesome. Either way, this person is matched with you to offer guidance, advice, and answer any questions you might have. Make sure to take your notebook with you and take all the notes you can. Trust me. Going into your meetings, I would suggest making sure to have at least 1 or 2 goals for the meeting. Okay. Example, maybe I want to figure out if my business idea has legs. Pitch it to them. They'll tell you either yes or no, or what you can do to improve it to help it gain legs. So yeah, always plan ahead of time with 1 or 2 goals that you want to achieve for that meeting. So that way you're not going in without a plan. Okay? Listen, I know that was a lot, but I got some good news. I'm not here to tell you that you need a full business plan to get started. You don't need a fancy website or an LLC today, but you do need movement. These steps, no matter how small they seem, stack up quick. They build momentum. They prove you're not starting from scratch. You're starting from experience. Okay, before we close out, let me put you onto something that's made a real difference in my growth as an entrepreneur. It's called the morning meetup. It's a daily call where hundreds of business owners log in to learn, stay accountable, and take action together. Check it out at themorningmeetup.com. All right. Well, thank you for hanging out with me today on Launch Masters. If something in this episode sparked an idea, gave you clarity, or maybe lit a fire in your gut, well, that's what we were going for. Subscribe so you never miss an episode. And if you're feeling generous, leave a review or share this with a fellow battle buddy who's got that entrepreneurial itch, if you will. Next week, I'll be joined by Eric Wilkins, a veteran and business owner currently navigating retirement. We're talking all about mindset, ownership, and what it really takes to be successful during transition. Until next time, remember, you didn't come this far to start over. So steady your breathing, line up your target, and take your shot. You've got your 6.